invincible.
everyone.
Good morning and welcome to MIGHTYOX Trading. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's had a great night, ready for a great day. Market, not so happy right now. It's actually hitting the lows of the day. Actually, why is natural gas up? Well, let's get to the right ones anyway. So, I've been coming down most of the day after a rise up in the last hour yesterday. Our high 74.40 on ES, our low 73.84, so that's 56 points in range. NQ is hitting its low of the day, which is very close to the low of yesterday. Yesterday's low 814. We're currently at 840. The high 188. So 188 plus 160, about 344 points in range. Kappa been coming down. About 340 ticks in range, if my math is right. It might not be, though. About half a point range in the Ultra Bond. Gold coming down. Looks like to be about 74 points in range. Crude oil is up as high as 105. Now it's just under 104. Has about 6 points in range. Bitcoin sitting at 76.6. Struggling to get higher. That's where we sit standing, whatever body posture you're choosing to take on this beautiful Tuesday morning. News today. Let me look to see what we got, if anything. Canadian CPI. US ADP employment change coming up in about 12 minutes. Canadian CPI and pending home sales at 10. That's about it. Nothing to write home about. If you were writing home about it. Our ATR is still a little bit high for this time of morning. Excuse me, about 13. Huh. Where is everybody? There's only one person here. It's starting to get a complex. Slow grind back up here. It did make a new low for the day at 831 and then bounced. There we have. I'll come back down a little bit. Yawning, I apologize. Excuse me. Trying to get above this 9 EMA here. Blue candle on the 2-minute chart. 1 minute is getting overextended though a bit. So we'll see how this plays out. Yawning. I don't know why. I fell asleep early last night. Then when I woke up and actually pushed back, I had trouble falling back asleep. And we come back down. Hey, JC. How are you this morning? Slow little grind back up. We do have news in 5 minutes. Doing all right. Nice little pop here. Back up to 880. The area about where the area topped off before London opened. Hope it gets there for you. Unkillable Soul Trading. I've been doing all right. I'm gonna apologize because your name does not ring a bell, but the way you said that tends to make me believe you were here before. Was it under a different name, or am I just getting that bad? Oh, okay. That makes sense. How you doing? Hey, Kartik, how you doing? I always feel bad when someone acts like they know me, but I don't recognize them. I'm like, who did I forget? So I have a pretty good memory of names. News in less than a minute. I don't think it's going to move the market much, but just be aware. Switching things up because things haven't been going well, expat, or just because you needed a change? Cool. Little pop. Oh, am I going to have competition? No, it's okay. Yeah, I'm just joking around, man. Man, even if it was, competition, I wouldn't be upset by that. And we pull back. Pulling back, Jack, to do it again. Yeah. See, I've thought about that. People always say like, yeah, you can look at all your trades back and all that, and it's true. I mean, all my live streams are up from the time I started. But the thing is, I hate the sound of my own voice. And like those early live streams were rough compared to the quality I do now. It's almost embarrassing to watch those. I was going to, but right now I have an expired ID, and they're requiring KYC now, even for the competition. So I have to miss this one. Supposed to get that ID fixed up in the next couple weeks. Finally, it's been expired for like 3 years, maybe longer. But how I look, that's why I very rarely show my face on camera. And it's not really that I hate how I look. It's just that I've seen people make gifs of trades by Matt and everything. I don't want people there making snippets to make fun of me. And we're coming down. And just the fact that, I'm on for 3.5 hours. At some point in time, I'm going to do something stupid like pick my nose or, I don't know, put my finger in my ear, throw two middle fingers up at the screen when I stop out on something like that. And now we're trying to pop again. Struggling to get through the 9 on the 1. I have I'm not sure competitions are a good thing because I think people don't trade normally during competitions. I think they end up sizing up, they end up taking different risk parameters, and I wonder if it causes bad habits. I did that affiliate cup thing last, I think it was October, it was, and it ended up it messed with my mental game enough that it actually I got because I thought I was going to go in that and do very well. I was feeling really good about my trading at that point in time, and I started struggling with it, and it to the point that it affected my mentality enough that I actually started like it, not eating as well, and some of my habits around that actually got worse. So I don't know. For people that have their trading down to a science and all that, I think competitions are great. For those that are still struggling, it's a good free way to maybe test some things. But I think that the whole, if you're trading totally differently and you're not a consistent trader yet, I think it could throw you off. Well, Ninja Trader is nothing to really gain or lose by doing the competitions. But Trader, I mean, I don't think, I mean, honestly, I don't think Brett Simba is out to like hurt anybody. I mean, I think it helps the company, obviously, it gives them exposure. I don't, I mean, I don't know if they look at it as a detriment to the trail, or but maybe, I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they realize it's a bad thing, but I don't know. It's We have Tradeify and Ninja Trader doing it right now. Ninja Trader is constantly doing a competition anymore. I would say they do like one a month, and Tradeify doing the Grand Cup too, which I think the last one was in December, so they're doing them like every 4 months. Hey, Ron. No, I admit I tend to try to think positive versus negative, and so Tradeify could absolutely realize that this causes more traders to fail. But I like to think positive that they're not thinking in that way, and they're just doing something that they feel is fun. Because I get the impression that Brett Simba just likes fun. Well, money too, but I don't. There's a point where, I mean, I don't know. He's obviously very wealthy. He's making six-figure trades, so there's a certain level where you know money is becomes a lesser desire. I think I use OBS, unscalable expat. We're still drifting down. The low is 831. We got that right at the top of the hour, and it looks like it wants to head back down that way. Hope you enjoyed your nap, sire. Welcome. Now that you're here, I can take my nap. No. Hey, Tress. Good morning. Thanks, JC. I just want people to be successful. I would love to just, trains being annoying. I think so many people could be successful at this if they, you know, just made a few little changes. And I mean, I obviously I haven't gotten there yet, but I do treat my fundeds pretty much like they're gilded.
Order filled.
Long. Am I showing it? That's the question. Apparently I'm not. Am I not logged in? I'm not logged in. Damn it. I forgot last night I lost internet. Oh, now I'm logged in. How about that? Okay, now am I showing it? There it is. Oh, I only entered it with one, so this isn't much of a trade. Meant to enter with four, I only entered it with one. Well, that spiked right back down.
Order filled.
So got 10 points there, only on one micro, but I still traded that like I was if I had been trading a mini, so that was a win there. Nice, continuing to move up. I'm trying. I mean, I think that ends up being true with a lot of things and not just trading. I mean, lots of people make plans, New Year's resolutions and all that, but they make the statement, I'm going to do this next year, do that next year, but the statement is the only thing that they make. There's no plan around it. I just think that's true for just how most people do most things, unfortunately. And I'm the same. I've obviously done the same thing. So this is not easy for me to say. Nice rise here, back up. We're approaching 900. Hi, Crypticon. How are you? Yeah, I see that that's looking sideways there. Dow made a nice move up there as well. Crude coming down, but not real fast. So far this morning, we haven't had a bunch of war news popping out. At least not yet. And Q gets back above 900. For those of you that watch my baseball card channel, I haven't had new content up there in 6 weeks, maybe almost 2 months. That'll be changing. I have 2 cases of cards arriving today. I'll either be recording today or tomorrow and having videos uploaded sometime this week. Look at NQ go here. Hey, SK, good to see you. Are getting double bells here on the 2 and the 1. 1 is showing me a red candle there, but is still inside the shading, which usually means bad, and you can see it still going up. Hey, John, are you? There's a move down. Purple candle there on the wand. I didn't take. It was still in shading. It's kind of like, Yeah, the Phillies are really surprising me. Uh, you're a little bit lucky, John, and that's still a pretty weak division you're in. So, I mean, you're still closer to first place than the Phillies are. Even though the Phillies now have are 2 games above 500, I think you're 8 games below 500. Yeah, you're 8 games below 500, 6.5 out. Phillies are 2 games above 500 and 7 games out. Kind of sideways here on NQ, right above 9:30. So we have about 17 minutes to the top of the hour. Yeah, Duran is awesome. That was a good trade. I still don't like who the Phillies gave up to get him. I think Tait is going to be an absolute good major league catcher eventually, but I can't be too upset about it. Now we got a purple.
Order filled.
Trying a short. Ah, got down to 909 and snap back. Snap back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Ah, you really gonna do that to me? Yes, you are. fighting the 9 on the 1.
Order filled.
Ow! Well, damn it. Okay. Why would that work? Because why would it work? And we head back up. It's kind of just hanging on the 9 now. Sitting here just above 900, sideways now. And back up we go. Another move up here, about to where it stopped earlier, 935-ish. And again, rejects that level.
Order filled.
Trying a short here. Come on, have some follow through. It's going to stop me out again. But this time it's going to stop
Order
me out
filled.
for a point of profit. Yay. Damn it. No follow through. Should have just taken what it gave me on the one candle, I guess. It's hard to do. That is the one area I still struggle with micros. In that, I take it on 2 micros, it goes, let's say 8 points, and I'm thinking it's only $30. So, let it do whatever it's going to do. Whereas, if it was a mini going 7 points, it's $140. I would have just taken it off there. Right back up, though. Trying to come back down now. Another purple candle. Yep, and hold. It's kind of shade of purple. But it's still above the 9 EMA, so I'm not taking it. Y'all got quiet on me again. You always are, Jay. You always are. How you doing today, Jay? I hope it's greatness. Morning, Ace. How are you? I'm doing all right, Ace. Who's Ernie? Eddie is doing all right. Being a pain in the butt as usual. Nice drip down here. I should have taken that purple candle earlier. David, good to see you. Q bounces back up with a blue candle there after single bells. That's interesting. I should have. Went right into the 9. So, morning, Robin. How are you? Did you see the good news, Robin? I got Take Profit Trader brought me back on as an affiliate. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jay. Crude oil with a big dump there as its market opened. Hey, JJR. Yippers. I'm just glad that I didn't like badmouth them or anything when they cut me. Which this is not something I do. But I'm sure there are other people that got cut that went badmouthed them. I kept promoting them. They stayed in my morning video that I do, and as I told people that there was no code, they had to use the default code or whatever. And I'm about to release my top 10 props, and I was still gonna have TPT in the top 5 either way. Uh, 2 months, I think. I think they cut me in March, early March, I think it was. Early March or early February, I forget. Coming down hard here, quickly. It's a 24-point candle. It's the biggest candle we've had in a while. Let me see if there's news on this or if this is just the market moving. I don't see anything. Nice work, Ace. Fund It Next is bugging me about wanting to partner. I haven't decided on that one yet. Uh, it wasn't a mix-up, but they're only wanting to partner with people that that encourage responsible trading, and I think they cut a lot of a lot of people are now bringing a few people back. They said this is what they expect from partners that they work with, that they promote proper risk management, so set realistic expectations, encourage traders to treat evaluations as real trading, be transparent, share wins and losses honestly, and educate your audience on the rules on how to trade with them responsibly. Don't promote strategies built around exploiting prop firms. Don't encourage reckless trading. Don't overstate earning potential or guarantee results. And don't promote or endorse any form of account sharing, hedging, or sim farming. Oh, wow. Big drop here. I agree. I mean, I shouldn't have been, but I mean, I'm happy that they reconsidered, or so. There's a couple of people they didn't cut that I don't understand, why they're still working with, but I won't mention any initials. So we dropped 70 points here very quickly. Just trying to bounce a little bit now. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the affiliate that tells everyone how horrible micros are, makes people try to feel embarrassed for trading them, and also uses homophobic slurs outright on social media. But like I said, I'm not going to mention any names. uh, I will confirm nor deny that, Ace. I will confirm nor deny. Hey, Luke, good to see you.
Order filled.
Took a long here. I didn't follow my rules, and I'm going to get stopped out. because I was still in the shaded area. I have to remember that shady is bad. Shady, shady. Hey, Platt. Just doesn't want to go for me here, even though now technically it would have been an entry off the one for that green doji, but nope, coming down to nail me.
Order filled.
Dang it. If at first we don't succeed, let's try again. Blue candle on the one, heading upwards. Now, if I hadn't moved my stop on the original trade, I would have still been in.
Order filled.
Just won't go. Come on. Hey, USC. Teo? Ah, this turned against me. Damn it. Seriously, I can't get any follow through today? Come on. A solid broadcast.
Have you been hurt by the market? Call
Order filled.
1-800-NQ-HURT-ME for a free consultation.
Dude, you labeled that ICE. I was expecting to see like government agency, man. Give me a second here while I try and get into position. All right. There we go. There's the picture that Ace just sent. Absolutely beautiful, Ace. The news at 10 is pending home sales. Usually that doesn't move the market much. Obviously, it can always be a surprise, but it's not one I consider a major thing. He's not going to tell you that because that'll give away a location. Yesterday. Oops. Give me a sec. CNQ still pushing down here at 850. Look at crude just blow up. I think that's crude. Is that what I have over there? Crude. Yeah, look at crude blowing up. There we go. Oops. Hold on. There. Hold on. There, now you can see the whole picture. Very pretty, Ace. Very, very beautiful. Nice spot for a picnic when it's a little bit warmer. I'll check in a minute, see if we got anything going on. Nothing I'm seeing yet. We do have the Treasury Secretary having a speech at the G7. But I don't see any red headlines or anything. Oh, whoa, we just made a new low a day there with a quick whip down to 810. I am seeing a headline: Treasury Secretary Vicent calls on European allies to target Iran's financiers. Countries in the Middle East and Asia also need to root out Iran's shadow banking networks. The U.S. Treasury is reviewing sanctions lists to make it easier for financial institutions to focus on the most sophisticated terrorist financing and sanctions evasion schemes. But I just don't see any of that causing this quick move down like this. 2 new lows a day. Video chat on the app. What are we talking about? Where? How? Talking about Discord? And what a bounce. What a bounce, what a bounce, what a bounce, what a mighty fine bounce. So it shot down to 804, right back up to 846. ES is, I'm sorry, crude oil is back above 104. And we're starting to watch for the arrival of Ms. Melody. Nice bounce here. I could have taken the bounce, but all right. Oh, red or green at the bell. First 5-minute candle, guys. Okay, my first thought is, holy cow, that's a lot of trades. Trades looking good. Yep, I'm looking at it. Solid. Take some drugs here. Actually, that was ibuprofen, Ace. I have a sinus headache. A lot of rain in the area. It's apparently giving me a weather headache. I took most of my supplements earlier for the morning. I need to get all my supplements going again. I'm only using about 10 of the 50 I normally use. But the ten I'm taking right now are for wound healing because I have a pressure ulcer on my foot. It's a good idea, Solid. How long are you gonna how long are you gonna run it in sim to validate it? Okay. Oh, in a few minutes. Okay. We are less than 3 minutes from the bell, and we're still missing our melody. We're not missing her anymore. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you?
2 minutes till the
Doing good?
bell.
Made it just before the bell.
Right on time.
Doesn't look like the overnight was too crazy. Got a little bit of a downtrend.
Yep. It's pretty much at the lows right this second. It just made a new low last minute at 8:02.75 on NQ. Though we are once again dealing with big ATRs. Our ATR in the 1 minute right now is 19.
So that's still pretty big, especially for pre-market.
Big old blue candle here on the 2 minute chart right before the bell and on the 1 minute. It's interesting. Will we pop at the bell? Crude up to 104.5. Oh, there's a big move right before the bell. And we bought from 850 up to 893, pulling back a little bit. Wow. Okay, we popped almost up 100 points here. So they're in a buying mood right now. Dow flying down, and ES is not positive right now. ES is negative.
ES got like none of that bounce.
Meanwhile, NQ just
They
hit
looked.
NQ just hit 100 points.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Good job on getting the 2. Dow down hard, gold down hard, ES down crude up, and NQ up. None of this makes sense anymore. And JC, if you're still here, sorry about your 6E trade. NQ is running, heading back up toward 29,000 here. Overnight high was 29,190. So still a long way away from that. Dow's down over 200 points, or ticks, whatever. Yeah, it's like a bucket Bronco right now. I've seen it like going from 85 down to 81, back up to 85, back down to 81. And now back up to 85. Meanwhile, NQ just tickled 999.
I hope it had permission.
Teo threw pineapples at that comment.
Yeah.
Getting double bells on the 2, getting double bells on the 1. Still shaded on both. We're burning red. Burning red. ATR is already up to 30 on the 1-minute chart.
Order filled.
Short. I didn't take profit quick enough, and it's bouncing on me. It gave me 20, and I didn't take it.
Order filled.
I'll take 13 instead. Oh, that's a decent consolation prize. Oh, wow. And yeah, definitely glad I got out there. Look at that. Back to green.
Oh, sheesh.
And there's
It's cruising.
29,000. ES turns around. Dow tried to turn around, got beaten back down. I wouldn't be surprised if today's the day we hit 30,000. Look at it go. Now ES is finally following. Crude coming down. Not seeing any news. So definitely green from the bell. At least we were on NQ. I'm not even sure. Maybe ES the first 5 minute was red or green. Look. Oops. Just hit the wrong one. Wrong chart.
It was a little red one.
Yeah. NQ is up 200. Am I reading that right? Yeah, it opened at 850. It's up over 200 points since the bell.
Wow. Wow.
And somehow, in all that, I got a profitable short trade. Pulls back here a bit. Purple candle outside of shading on the one. That finished inside shading, so I did not take it. Let's see if that was a mistake or not. So far, it's looking like it was. Yep, it's gone 20. Yeah, I should have taken it. I think purple's inside shading work, but I have to test that. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would have been a beautiful trade right there. Boom. Back under 29,000. Alrighty, just that quick. We're down 100 points from where we hit. We hit a high of 29,068, and we just broke down. Wow, we're down 120, almost 130 points in about 3 minutes.
I mean, just retracing half that move already. And I mean, no reason to think it's going to stop.
ATR up to 37 on the 1 minute chart. News is quiet. Tiny bounce. ES turned right around. That's weird because we also have a purple candle right now on crude oil, so everything's coming down. Still dripping down toward 900 now in NQ. Our orb just finished. Top of the orb is, of course, at 0.68. Bottom of the orb is at 850. That's a huge orb. That's a 218 point orb. We have broken back under 28.9.
I just took a oh my God. I just took a quick trade. Can't talk, but I took a quick trade. Just a real quick short on ES, which you probably saw on the screen. And I just forgot to announce. So
Excellent, excellent.
yeah, just taking some notes from Ace and keeping ES stuff to a few points. I think part of the problem is because the range is so high, I was swinging for higher trade movements, and in ES, like if you just get a few points, you get a few points and you're green, and then you can get a few more later. So working on that.
Look at this bounce.
We're flying.
This is a 90-point candle on the 1 minute chart. Ended up being a 76-point candle. But still, it got down to 868 and popped up 100 points to 874. I mean, 974. What the hell? I thought about taking that, but how do I take a candle that has need a 100-point stop?
Very carefully. On a bigger account. Like that's the thing, is it's hard to trade. I don't know, it's almost getting hard to trade micros on 50K accounts.
Yeah.
Unless you keep it pretty low.
We need nanos. This is a kind of a disgusting headline. Lower value human capital is what bank CEO calls thousands of workers he's cutting because of AI. Talk about dehumanizing. And we're back above 29,000 that quick. This is insane, and there's no news driving this. There's been no war news at all this morning.
And do we have any big news?
I mean,
news?
The only news we have coming up in 10 minutes is we have U.S. pending home sales, which doesn't move the market.
Oh, it looks like we got a JD Vance press conference or press briefing later, but that's in the afternoon. So.
And back down. We are still moving like crazy here. 44 ATR now on the 1 minute. Now, I admit I don't know how this affects the markets, but I know it does. Greg just posted on Discord. Yields in the U.S. 30-year Treasuries rise to the highest level in almost 2 decades.
I saw something about that too, about what it affected, but I do not remember, so I'm going to look it up.
All right, thank you, Solid. So they're saying the high yields could mean that we're going to be heading downward in the equities. Dow's kind of flying upwards. And Q's kind of sideways here with huge candles. All right, solid. That kind of makes sense. Thank you.
Oh, ES finally trying to show some strength here, getting higher.
It's trying to get back up to 7,400. And Q trying to break 29,000 with a 40-point candle. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to have to go down to 1 micro and start holding my nose and taking these trades.
I mean, at least on days like this, I guess. But days like this have been most of the days, I guess. So it is rough.
ES did just break back above 7,400. Dow flying, absolutely flying. It broke down at the bell and got down to 370. It's now up to 657, so it's come back up over almost 300 points. Ticks, whatever it is with ES. And there's NQ getting beaten back down again. How you guys doing? Market hurting you at all? Oh my god, damn. Ah. Why do you have water bottles behind your monitor, Solid? That's some nice tests you're doing there. And we pull back again. We're now closer again to 900 than we are to 29,000. That said, I do need to start listening to my strategy. Because. But look here, I had this beautiful red candle, big old wick in the non-shaded area that led to that big, beautiful move right there. This one here also would have been a nice short. Actually, Platt is near there. Platt's somewhere in Washington. Now we're pushing downward again. Dow pulled back by 100 points, ticks, whatever it is. Everything pulling back, but crude really hasn't bounced. Pending home sales came out. Looks like the number beat forecast. Is it jumping on while you're there or when you're not there, Ace? We just hit 28,900.
Ace, have you tried lining your whole desk in tinfoil? Because I hear if they jump on that, they jump off, and it's really funny.
Yeah, I've seen video. So that does work. I mean, yeah. Look up videos of cats jumping on aluminum foil. It's funny as heck. Um, I mean, if Eddie tries, okay, first of all, my cat is slow, so if he starts stepping onto the desk, I immediately just pick him up and take him back off. But if you have a fast cat, then I mean, it's a little bit more difficult. Is this like a kitten cat, or I mean, older cat, or that's a good question. I mean, have you thought about threatening it with coyotes? Um,
I guess I don't know if this is possible. Are you, Ace, you use NinjaTrader? Is that, I can't remember what software you use, but you could maybe do see if you can do a hotkey in the actual trading software to lock your trading software. Because otherwise I don't know a way to lock the keyboard or the mouse specifically, but that would be my best guess.
so apparently, there's actually software for this. It's one called PaulSense. Cat proof your computer.
Yeah.
PaulSense is a software utility that helps protect your computer from cats. It quickly detects and blocks cat typing. It also helps train your cat to stay off the computer keyboard. I think it's real. I'm not 100% sure that's real, but NATO to consider a Hormuz deployment if the strait is not open by July. I found a Reddit on this subject as we watch IQ break the orb to the downside. And someone suggested a wireless keyboard that has an on and off switch. I would not condone that, Solid. Not one bit. Why would you want to do that? Now, there is a way to lock your keyboard, but it takes 8 to 10 seconds. To lock your keyboard, press and hold the right shift key for 8 to 10 seconds till a beep sounds and a dialog asks you to turn on filter keys. Click yes. To unlock, repeat the process by holding the right shift key for another 8 to 10 seconds. As we're still heading downward here. Our ATR now at 45, just your average day. Wait, you used 2 mice at the same time? Be harder for the cat to click a mouse. Well, I guess maybe not. I have a vertical mouse, so it'd be very hard for a cat to click my mouse. But I guess for mice that lay flat, that would make sense. We broke 700. I mean, we broke 800. Now into the 700s. Somebody said earlier, I think we're going down to the 700s. I don't remember who that was, but whoever it was, nice call. Nice work, USC. JJR, are you doing okay? I know you're not real fond of the market as it's going down. Ouch, JJR. Sorry to hear that.
Order filled.
I'm trying along. 1 micro. And it's not going to work. Well, maybe. Coming back. And it's 790. It's fluctuating. There it goes. Breaking above 800. Yeah, that's it.
Order filled.
There we go. 34 point trade. 790 to 824.
Sweet.
And rejects right back down. So it only went 5 more points and then hard rejection down. Ace, I have to admit that my fingers and hands are wireless. And then bounce right back up. Now I haven't really started using it, but I have my all my hotkeys programmed into a Stream Deck, where I don't even need my computer or mouse to trade. I should start using that.
I got a Stream Deck to do that and haven't yet. So you should try it and let me know how it goes.
Still dripping, excuse me, dripping down again. So that's the second trade today I've gotten really lucky on doing an against trend trade that I got points out of, and then it just went back to the way it was going. I really need to come up with some sort of AI video for this whole nugget thing. One that can actually be shown on the stream anyway. We are falling pretty fast. Are we going to hit 700? Are we going to break under 700? I'm getting double bells on the 2. Claude Code could do that, USC. I think I haven't tested them. Claude's probably like making you all this work and you haven't used it yet. But Claude's wrote me a couple of NinjaTrader automated strategies.
This is running one. So if you want to DM me USC, I can help you out with that too. You can't see it because my screen's so blurry. I'm sorry, but it's up $340 so far.
Oh, nice.
Since the open. When I switched to Claude from ChatGPT, that like changed my world in NinjaTrader because ChatGPT was fine for PineScript actually. Like it worked. I had some issues, but it worked pretty okay. But it did not do well with NinjaScript, so Claude's very good for that, in my experience.
New low 710. You can build it back up. Don't keep hurting it today. Maybe just let that one sit for the rest of the day, JJR. As we break 700, we just tickled 699. Those that didn't see the new AI earlier, I'll rerun it here.
Have you been hurt by the market? Call 1-800-NQ-HURT-ME for a free consultation.
Blue candle bounce. Outside of shading.
Order filled.
Nope, that one's not going to work.
Order filled.
Did pop, if I would have had a 10-point target on it, I would have got it. But that's absolutely correct, Teo. I hate those bad nuggets. The ones that have been sitting in the drawer too long. Still falling. I guess I should check a daily chart, see what kind of well, we haven't been this low since May 8th. That day our low was 541, so we're not far off of there. You know, this is interesting, guys. Give me a minute. Going over to that chart. So if you look at my NQ and we go to a daily chart. Oops. Wrong one. Let's try that one. Look at this. Blue, 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 blue shaded purple candle 3 days ago. 2 days ago, sorry. In a non-shaded area, which on a 1 minute, 2 minute, whatever, would be a trigger candle for me. And look what it's done. I could have taken that on a swing account and be up 500 points. Trying to bounce here again. There was a signal there. I didn't grab it. That would have worked beautifully. Beautifully. We're back above 700.
Order filled.
Trying along based on the 2-minute chart. And so far, I don't like where it's looking. TR has dropped down to 39. Struggling at like 24.
There you go.
There.
Order
I'll
filled.
take it off there. 28. So 09 to 28. So a 19.5 point trade there. And I got out at the right time again. Wow.
Yep.
Okay, now this headline confuses me. UAE Defense Ministry has detected and dealt with 6 drones launched from not Iran, but Iraq in the past 48 hours.
Where were they? Where were they launched to?
The
Do we
UAE.
know? Okay. Okay.
Oh, Kat, you're here now. Say hello. Do you have any advice for Ace about a cat problem? Cat? Stepping on my belly as I'm about to take a drink can cause me to like spit it all over you. Yeah, now we have to have bets on Polymarket. What's going to take us out first? World War III, Ebola, or Hana virus? Yeah, I don't know if he's going to talk, but Trump, there's a live video feed of Trump visiting the White House ballroom construction.
I bet he says something. If there's press.
Hold on 1 second. I got a knock at my door. I need to kill a neighbor.
I'm sorry. I pulled up the live stream of Trump for just a minute, and it's just wild because it's like 90% construction noise, and then Trump yelling over the construction noise. So
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
laughing because I'm like, why?
Yeah. When they like coordinate that so they would stop the construction while he talks, I mean, that would make
Yeah.
sense.
Or just tour the construction, then go inside and talk about it, you know?
Gold popping up.
Got worse.
Nice little move here.
Order filled.
Took the long off a blue candle on the 2 minute. So it was a little overextended on the 1 minute, but so this is an iffy trade. I might just give back that last trade. Yep, that's what it's looking like.
Order filled.
Yep. Stopped out on that one. And back down to 700. How we doing, guys? Red, green, somewhere in between. You've been doing really well, USC. Do not feel pressure to try and turn things around when the market's been absolutely wild this week without any type of like CPI, PPI, FOMC type news. So, don't pressure yourself.
Order filled.
Trying along here. Give me what I want, what I really, really want. There we go. Ah.
Order filled.
There we go. 34 points. 733.75 to 767.75. And holy wow, a top tick, and it went right back down. Literally top tick. Nope, I'm wrong. It went two more ticks and then pulled back. And down again. Kind of odd sideways moves right now with big candles. Bounces back up. This is the tiniest of blue candles on the one. Not so tiny anymore.
Order filled.
Oh. Well, that didn't work out. Maybe. Well, maybe. Come on. As soon as I entered that trade, I was down 7 points.
Sheesh.
Our orb, bottom of our orb is at 805. This isn't getting much upwards momentum here. I did have single bells there, so I guess that was a little bit of... Unless I got a terrible fill on that, did I? Should have been 760. Yeah, I got a terrible fill. That candle opened at 766, and I got filled at 777. No wonder I was down.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, that explains why I was down so much to start. Wow.
Order filled.
I took it there. I took it for 11 points. It touched 800 and immediately pulled back. So I should have just had a target at 800, thinking that it might pull back there. But it ended up being a winning trade, which was kind of amazing. Because holy wow on that entry. Excellent, JJR. Good job. Have a good one, Ace. We'll see you tomorrow. We're fighting here to stay above 700. It's interesting how it did get up to within 4 points of the orb and rejected. Crude heading back upwards. Y'all hear a crunching sound. It's my cat eating Temptations. Could not hold 700. It's right back underneath it now.
Order filled.
Took a long. Right at 702. Well, I want 720. Did not give me 720. And now it's coming down. It gave me 718 and I didn't take it.
Order filled.
There we go. I took 718 there. So 16-point trade, 702 to 718. I think gambling at any point in time, whether you hit a target or not, ends up building bad habits. I mean, obviously it's your money. You can do what you want with it. But, you know, trading's hard enough. Why add a gambling element to it? And now it's getting a break up. So I would have hit my 720 target, but easy for me to say. I'm cool with where I got out. Actually, went all the way up to 740. Now not as cool. No, still okay with that. Yeah, I know that. Solid. I'm figuring you're just playing around. Either that or you're actually a member of the Take Profit Trader affiliate team testing me to whether to see if I actually encourage responsible trading habits.
I've been thinking that the whole time. I just need you to know because I think that's hilarious. I was like, sounds like a secret shopper.
How long have you been trading, Solid? Yeah, this is my 5th year of futures. I started off with penny stocks and moved to futures when I found out about prop firms. Funny fact is, I actually signed up for a prop firm without really understanding what futures were. I mean, I quickly did a quick dive, but really didn't have much of a clue. Morning, Jay. Oh, I know. I got excited about the fact that there was no PDT rule, which sucked when you're trading penny stocks with very little money.
Yeah, and it wasn't like the new days where people got the T-1
Yeah,
settlement. So you'd have
right.
to wait like 2 more days to trade.
Now they finally changed the PDT rule altogether. You only need $2,000 instead of 25,000.
I'm willing to bet that that change specifically really only affected options volume because I just think most people are leaning towards that with retail because it's the biggest bang for your buck kind of thing.
Yeah. Uh, I was kind of looking at. I would get up and try and watch the morning news to see what news was hitting what pennies, and try to use momentum type strategies. So I never shorted. So it was all I only did long. Tiny little bounce, trying to move up here. It's moving so fast. I mean, just a minute ago, a couple minutes ago, I was talking about fighting 700. Now we're at 755. Trump on the timeline for Iran, 2 to 3 days, maybe until early next week. He claims Iran is begging to make a deal. But we may have to give Iran another hit. Not sure. You'll know very soon if we have to make another big hit.
It's giving the war could be over or it could not be over.
Yeah, JJR, I've looked into getting back into pennies a little bit, but I haven't yet. But if I did, yeah, I agree with you, JJR. I would need that scanner. Solid. Because I would be throwing a lot of money into. I mean, I like where you can make a good 10-20% on a trade if you find the right, you know. And when I say, I mean, I'm looking. I prefer stocks that are under $10. So technically, that's not pennies. I'm not talking about going on the OTCs, but like what first got me into trading. I have been playing around with Robinhood a little bit, and you might not even know my story solid. Um, I was in a rehabilitation center after having a leg amputated, and this was COVID year 2020. I had a little bit of money in Robinhood when oil went negative, and a whole bunch of oil stocks went under $1. And I had like $400 in Robinhood. No, I'm sorry, I had like $100 in Robinhood. And I just used it to buy a whole bunch of a few shares of each of these oil companies. And as oil came back up, they came back up, and I quadrupled my money in like a week, less than a week. And I'm like, well, this is kind of fun. I've always been interested in stocks. I have all the time in the world right now. Maybe I can learn how to actually trade. And that's what started my whole journey. And that's what I had. I had like $400. I had no income at the time because, I had a leg amputated. I'd been in the hospital for almost 2 months, and then I was in a rehab for almost 9 months. So I didn't really have any much money to play with. So I was just looking for really, really cheap stocks to get in and out of. that to start with. And we are climbing back toward. Wait, no, we're above. No, wait. 850 is the orb. I was wrong earlier. I was looking at the wrong line. I don't know what line I had there. But anyway, we weren't near the orb earlier. Now we're getting near the orb. The bottom of the orb is at 850. Now, I originally turned 100 into 400. And then, I was just kind of playing with it. I didn't. I started learning more than trading. I had my computer in the rehab center. So I started watching other YouTubers, started watching live streamers. I mean, for better or for worse, one of the first ones I picked up was Ross Cameron, and I wasn't like trying to follow him or anything. I was just trying to follow what he was doing, what some other traders were doing, and I was watching a lot of videos to try and learn. And once I got out of the rehab is when I really started trying to trade more, because in a rehab, it's not easy. You never know when someone's going to come in and do something, whatever. So once I got out and was back home, and I was able to throw a little bit of more money into it, but it still was, the PDT rule would mess with my whole thought process, because I would be like, I would stay in a trade that I didn't want to, that maybe I shouldn't have, because I didn't want to waste one of my 3 trades for the week. Things like that. So, but that's what started my trading journey. And, as much as obviously, an amputation is a terrible thing. And, it still affects my life today. I have trouble with mobility and all that. I can't say it's been a total 100% negative thing, because it's led to this journey that I think is going to lead to so much more in my life that probably wouldn't have happened if I hadn't been in the situation I was in at the time. I am 51. My leg is 6. Yeah. But I appreciate that solid, but it's like I said, and obviously my thoughts of it have changed over the years. But I like I said, I don't know if I can think of it as that, as much of a negative anymore, because of what it's led to. I mean, I probably would know none of you now if that hadn't happened. I wouldn't have. I mean, being an affiliate of these props has led me to a financial situation that I never thought I would be in a good way. So a lot has happened positive since that event that probably only would have happened because of that event. I mean, maybe the whole oil going negative thing would have caught my eye, and I would have been not distracted with the other ways I was trying to survive. if that hadn't happened, but I don't know. So I still have, I got to work on my mobility. 'Cause honestly, for the first 2 years, even though I was trading, I really was kind of giving up on life. I was like 30 days after I had come home from the rehab, I was literally minutes away from trying to commit suicide. And only a Google search kept me away from that. So, my perspective has changed a lot. And I can't, if I still have a lot of weight to lose, but if I get my weight down, I probably can get a good portion of my mobility back, and it won't be that really that big of a deal. I mean, that's the biggest part right now is the fact that I still walk with a walker. And obviously I want to ditch the walker. Gold trying to get back to, just dipped under 4,500. And Q playing around 775. We drifted up for about 20 minutes. Now we're drifting back down. Trump says to the Washington Examiner, "I'll let Warsh do what he wants." Well, isn't that how the Fed's supposed to work?
Yeah, not much he could do if he didn't do that. Like, he wouldn't get very far just because we've seen how he wants to not let prior people do what they want. That is interesting, though, if they think like there's just the possibility of a rate hike yet this year is kind of getting higher.
Yeah. We are about 20 minutes from London close. Back up, Buffy. It's almost comical. And I feel like I'm leaving money on the table because there are moves there to grab, but how do you feel confident when it's, this big? I just don't know.
Yeah, 50-point whips don't really inspire confidence in me.
Well, that's the thing. That's why, Trump and all the rich people do want lower rates because rich people don't, it's not like they put money in savings accounts. They put money in brokerage accounts and then use margin to pay for everything. You know, which is what I mean, eventually what I plan on doing. You know, if I throw $10,000 into Robinhood, buy $10,000 worth of, solid dividend stocks, I can then withdraw like 5,000 of it to pay bills or invest in something else or whatever. Or I mean, I could invest in more stock, but either way, these millionaires and billionaires use margin to fund their lifestyles at a decently low interest rate, and the lower the interest rates, obviously, the less they're paying on it.
Absolutely. I think I did the math. If I had something around 2.5 million and strategically put it into dividend stocks, I could make, I wouldn't have to work anymore kind of thing. Now, I don't have anywhere near $2.5 million, but the possibility is there.
Yeah, and then you could probably safely take if you had something you wanted to spend extravagantly on, you could safely take out about half of it, in margin and just pay a low interest rate to pay it back. Or you let your dividend,
Exactly.
you let your dividends pay it back if you wanted to do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I forget how much you can use. I forget about how strategically you can use margin. And it's just something that I don't know. It's like I've never once thought about it because I've never been in the position to use it,
Yeah.
to that big of an advantage. Isn't it crazy how the richer you get, the easier it is to make money?
Hmm. Yeah. And not pay taxes because there's no taxes on if you say you earn $10 million once, you throw it into a brokerage account, and you're just the only thing you're paying taxes on then is the dividend income, and you're using your margin to fund your lifestyle. I mean, heck, Elon Musk bought Twitter with margin. Okay, now we are knocking on the door of the bottom of the orb. Matter of fact, we just broke through it. Or we did for a second. So our low of the day, I believe, was 663, which occurred about an hour ago. And we've come up 200 points since. Yeah, NQ ran into that bottom of that orb and has not been able to break it. Must be that bulletproof glass on the orb.
Hey everyone! It's time to gore the like button.
And pulls down, back under 800. So like just a minute ago, we were hitting 850. Oh wait, it was just a minute ago.
Dolly, do you think that that'll be a laying or standing? Because after the noontime, I'll probably be looking for a laying down position.
So I did have a purple candle there on the one that I should have taken. That would have been a nice 20-pointer. Our ATR has calmed down a bit, but it's still 28 on the 1-minute chart.
It's pretty big. I like don't even remember what it used to be anymore for like, but I feel like 5-minute ATRs around 30 to 40 were like what we used to see.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see whether, this sustains during the summer because, the old saying is sell in May and go away. So are we going to continue seeing this kind of volatility or is it going to die down for the summer? It's got to be quicker because that was another nice setup there on the one. Uh, no shading, single bell, green candle. It popped up for 19 points so far. Still trying to push back up, but yeah. How's your automated script doing?
It's showing that it probably needs to be turned off at 10.
It started giving back.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's not that bad. It's taken many trades and it's up 274 on the day total. So down a little bit from where it was earlier. It needs a lot of tweaking. I actually just threw it on yesterday. So I'm still figuring, I mean, targets, stops, win rate, all of that stuff. It has a pretty good win rate, but the average win to loss was pretty pitiful. It was something like 20 average win, it was like 25 average win and close to 40 something average loss. So 60% win rate didn't quite make up for that. So
Yeah.
just got to tweak that a bit. I bodified USC's nugget trades, except sort of, not really, but I mean, it's close. I don't know exactly how USC does it, but I just took the raw materials and threw it together. And by I mean Claude. So
See, USC, you should have patented that real quick, and you could be getting royalties.
to be fair, my whole plan was to figure it out and then take it back to USC and be like, hey, does this fit what you're doing? Like, because that's really cool. And honestly, I think it's cool when you do share what you're doing just because it's always learning. The markets, you're always learning something.
Yeah, absolutely. I always, chuckle a little bit when someone's like not willing to share their strategy or whatever because they think everybody's going to steal it. And it's like, we're retail traders. It doesn't even matter if there's 10 people using it or 20 people using it. It's not like it's going to really affect the market in any way. They're not, the big companies aren't looking at someone that's using a strategy to try and get liquidity and all that. So, it amazes me when people try to keep their things secret, like it's going to cause some sort of it to stop working because a couple other people start using it.
I agree, and I feel like the orb is the exact representation of that because everyone and their dog knows the orb. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people use the orb strategy. And yeah, some market makers maybe have caught on and can sort of try to manipulate that a little bit, but like it's not declining in value because so many people know about it. So it's just like, yeah, you're going to have times where institutions can maybe figure out ways to take your liquidity, but like that's going to happen with any strategy. And honestly, most of the strategies we're coming up with are not new and someone somewhere is doing it. So I agree. For what it's worth, if you ever ask me what my strategy is and I can't tell you or I don't tell you, it's because I can't explain it, which isn't really a good thing to be. It's better to have rules and be able to explain it. I struggle.
I understand that. All right, folks, we have reached the end of our time together today. We will be back again tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, for some more great trading action. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Melanie, I hope you have a great rest of your day as well.
Thanks. You too, everybody. Stay green and have a good one.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.